A recent conversation with a new user of AlbumGen who was requesting some changes to AlbumGen so he could create an exhibit page for an upcoming competition at his local stamp club has led me to add this new video. What he was trying to accomplish was very difficult to describe over an email, so I called him to have him explain. That didn't really help either, so I then asked him to make a rough drawing on paper so I could clearly see what he was trying to explain and I could not visualize. This is what he drew. So he had a frame with some text at the top left and top right, and then bottom right, and then a stamp image off to the left side somewhere. And he also stated that he wanted to maybe put some images in this area here. As they say, a picture is worth a thousand words. Once I saw this, I could begin to show him how to accomplish this. By default, when you place an image inside a frame in AlbumGen, it will auto-center it inside the frame. There's no way to adjust this, but AlbumGen has some very powerful features so that you can still easily accomplish this and give you even more possibilities. Here's a page from my U.S. Marine Corps album that I've created over the years, and I'll show you how to create your own stunning album and exhibit pages using AlbumGen. First, I'll show you the default behavior when you place an image inside a frame. I will import one from EasyStamp, but you can add your own bitmap images from any source that you like. So I'm going to go to a blank page, and I will import one from EasyStamp. So I'll click here, switch over to AlbumGen, and import it. And as you can see, the image is centered within the frame. Now I'll begin the process of creating what we want. First, I will duplicate the frame on screen using Control-C and Control-V, or we can use the Edit menu to copy and paste. I'll use the Control-C and Control-V. So Control-C to put it in the clipboard, Control-V to paste it, and then I paste it where I want. Now I'll remove the image from the original frame by right-clicking and then resizing the frame to allow for our new items. So I'll remove the image, and now I'm going to resize it and place it where I need it to be. Now I will copy the text from my original page rather than retype everything. So I'll just go back and just select the text, Control-C, go back to my original page, and then Control-V. And now I have my two text objects. Now I'll remove the frame line from the image that we imported from EasyStamp. So we just select it and click Image and remove the border so there's no frame line, and there it is. Now we can move the text and image where we want as free floating items. We can then use the alignment tools or nudge tool to place them exactly where we want. So I'll take my image and drag it roughly where I want, and then I'll take the first piece of text and put it where I want, and same with the other one. And as I said, we can nudge them wherever we like, or we can center them using the alignment tools. So I kind of like where this piece of text is, and I'll align the other ones to be with it. So again, I can nudge it over slightly, and now I have the text where I need it to be. Now I'll add three images that I have pre-scanned. Here they are here. So I'm going to add those. So I'll first put 3 frames. And then add an image to each one. Now I'm going to remove the frame line from each of these 3 images. And I'm going to remove the space inside the frame to minimize the white space. And there we have them. Now I'm going to put these roughly the size and shape that I want. And then we can drag these images where we want them. As I said, we can nudge them as we need to. And that one might be a bit too big, so I'll resize that a bit. There we go. Now that I have them where I want, I can zoom in and just kind of show you how everything is placed, and I'm happy with that. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to group all the objects within this frame by just selecting an area outside of that frame, and then use the Control G to group. This is also available in the menu. And then I'm just going to move that to the bottom. I'm going to take the United States Marine Corps album and move it to the top. Now I'll add my backdrop image. So I'm going to place a frame here. And I'll add my image. And then I can resize this to be the way that I want. And now what I'm going to do is center the image. And I'll center the other ones so that they're even with that one. And there we have it. And now I'll add a title to my page. And I'll put a center in there. As you can see, the possibilities are endless. Experiment and be creative, and you can create some beautiful pages. Thanks for watching. Semper Fi.